It's the Poling Pregame Report, brought to you exclusively by EMS and Harvesting, ready when your crops are, and 97.5 KLMX The Bear. Every week, myself, Anna Haston, along with David Daney and guests, will chat with coaches, meet with players, and bring you the inside scoop on what excitement is to come during this week's Yellowjacket varsity football face-off. Catch the Poling Pregame Report on air Fridays at 10 a.m. and online noon Fridays at klmx.us/sports. Get your questions answered on air or send us your comments and or well wishes at klmx.sports@gmail.com. It's the Poling Pregame Report. Now let's talk some ball.
All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Poling Pregame Report. I'm here with Coach Montoya and Jonavan Hidalgo. Coach, all right, first off, we'll go with the good news first, right? Because we got a lot of bad to talk about, right? So the good thing, I saw the coaches poll still had you guys placed at 6th.
Yeah.
So it's still good, even though that was a
tough team.
It was a pretty tough loss, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, what was your, I saw you out there, you was getting frustrated.
Frustration. I think it wasn't as bad as it seems scoreboard-wise. We were in good position, and they made a play, and we didn't. I think assignment-wise, we were fine. I think effort-wise, we could have been better.
Okay.
We were where we needed to be, and I think if our effort and our our confidence was where it needed to be, I think we made those plays, you know. So it wasn't, the good thing that I saw was we were where we needed to be, we just didn't make the play.
Well, and I noticed from up where I'm at, and I'm sure on the field it looks even bigger, those two guys, number 55 and 65 or 60, like those dudes were like as big as you are.
Yeah, they're big guys.
I mean, it's got to be intimidating for you guys to try and block, right? Like you're trying to cover these guys and trying to block them, and they outweigh you by twice as much. Like it's a hard thing. I get that.
I think.
Right? So how did the troops manage that? Like I know they got through that line a lot. Those two, they were able to get through that line real, and they were in your face a lot.
I think just what I'd like to see is more competitiveness. You know, just. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be hard. We knew that going in. We knew what they had going in. And we know what they're going to have if we match up with them again. So they're not going to lose those guys. They're going to be there. And we're going to have to figure out a way on, I don't know if it's mentally or just schematically, what we're going to have to figure out a way of getting it done, because there's no excuse, you know.
So
we still got
schematically, do you think your gameplay was on point, or as a coach, do you think there was some things that you probably should have
There was definitely some things we should have.
Okay.
We should have did, could have did, you know.
Of course.
Some opportunities that we missed. We were one block away, one literally inches away from batting the ball down. So we were, I think, definitely some schematic things we could fix to put ourselves in better a position, you know. But also, I think first and foremost, we got to fix is just no matter who it is, we gotta go out and compete, you know, regardless.
And do you think it's one of those 8-man things when it comes to dealing with big guys like that? Like if you got a guy you need 2 people on, but you got only 8 men, you can't put 2 people on him. So now what do you do, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's a little
is that one of the downsides to having a 8-man football versus 11-man?
Yeah, the field's wide. It's everything. A lot of it is one-on-one matchups, you know, whether that's offensive line or even in the secondary where we saw. We definitely wouldn't man-to-man them in the secondary with their type of athletes they had typically, you know, but when we're trying to get a pass rush and we only have 8 guys to do it, 8 guys to pass rush and 8 guys to cover, you know, you're either going to miss out on the pass rush or you're going to miss out on your coverage a little bit. So it's kind of give and take, you know. But again, schematically, there's definitely some things I think we could be better with that we could, if we match up.
But he did real well in the pocket, though. I mean, for having those big dudes up in your face, I think you held yourself pretty well for a while there. What do you think your challenge was with that?
I don't know.
Because you looked like you were having some challenges on the field. From up there in the booth, I can't really see and hear everything. But what was going through your mind? Like, what was the defeating thing in your head at that point?
I don't know. Probably just trying to get the ball out fast, and try to find somebody open. It was kind of hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trust me, from up there I could see it was a big challenge.
Yeah, it was a challenge. It was something we haven't seen or definitely haven't faced all year. I mean, we saw a guy with that size against Mesilla, but just a team with the overall size they've had, we definitely haven't seen that before. And to go along with it, they're athletic. They're a good program. They've been doing it for years, and so.
And their quarterback, just like you guys said, you guys said he was your guys' top concern, and he was a threat out there. He was mobile and he could pass.
That's kind of where we were maybe having those 8 guys is tough too, because we're trying to keep him in the pocket and make him throw from the pocket, and then even if we do get some pressure, you still got to bring him down because he's quick, you know. So we were, I mean, schematically, again, some good things. Even just being in the right spot, people knew what to do. It's just a matter of getting it done, and we didn't get it done at all.
So what were the good things you were able to walk away with and let the team know and say, hey, okay, we did this good, we need to continue that? Like over some of those points that you felt was.
I think we knew what we're supposed to do. I think we were in the right spot a lot of the time.
Okay.
But just being in the right spot isn't enough. Now you got to finish and make a play, you know, and that comes down to a lot of it. Like we talked about, one-on-one matchups, and you versus the guy next to you, and the guy next to him or the guy across from him last Friday night was a little better, you know, and even maybe coaching-wise, you know, maybe so. A lot of stuff we could fix, but I think positively we were in the right spot a lot. We did the right thing a lot, but we just didn't finish the play.
And was it challenging for you not having Quintana in there in the first quarter? Was that some of your hang up in there, like trying to look for him but he wasn't there?
Yeah, that's got to be like a big
because it helps the motivation, right?
Yeah,
like that momentum on that.
It always takes it takes 2 guys to guard him because he's he's a tall receiver, he's fast, he's got great hands, he can catch very good. So you always got to have 2 people on him, which these other guys have a one-on-one. But without him, they were
because I did notice a change when he did come in the game in that second quarter.
It opened up
the momentum on your guys' side looked like it was shifting. It looked like people were, Steph was able to move. The line was moving, ball was moving. I was like, okay, here we go. And we still had some hiccups, but I feel like, I don't know, do you think you could have had a better momentum going into that if you had him in the first quarter?
Yeah, it would have opened up everything because with our passing, he's tall, we can go deep. When we have him run routes and go deep, that opens up the run. That helps Jerry get outside more because he's taking that corner and that safety. You know what I mean? So it's just
they had Jerry's number. Yeah. I'm sure they watched some tape and they knew. They had Jerry's number for sure. They were making sure they had enough guys on him because they were making sure he wasn't getting any 6-yard plays last Friday. Let's move on to this Friday. Logan, what do you guys think? How you feeling?
They're good.
Yeah, they're a tough team too. We knew it. We knew these district games are. I mean, they're gonna be tough. There's definitely not a let up in our schedule from here on out. Whether it's to finish district or even in the playoffs, if we make the playoffs, you know.
They're gonna face those same teams.
Yeah, every game is gonna be tough. So, just going into now, we know we kind of got popped in the mouth. You know, now we kind of we won the first 5 rounds, I would say, pretty handily, you know, and then we lost a round.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's just one round. Right?
Yeah, just one round. So if we could take it kind of with that approach of now we know what it's like to get popped in the mouth a little bit. Now we know.
I was making that comment to someone after the game. I was like, now that they've had their first loss, now that jitter is gone. Now, like now you can focus on, right? Like I don't know. I would think as a player, your focus can be more on the game now instead of did I win, did I lose?
Yeah.
Now it's on the play. Now it's on, I'm doing this, you're doing that. This is how we're going to get at this.
Yeah. So definitely just taking it for what it is. Just, it's like we talked about early on in the year with this, it's hard to win football games and it's hard to beat good teams. And even it's hard to beat teams maybe that you're better than too. So football's just...
Sometimes it's like that, right? Like you could be a lot better than that team and you still lose because that day is just not your day.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So just and the ball's not a circle ball.
Exactly.
It bounces a lot of different ways, and sometimes some of the stuff
Sometimes
that
bounces
happens
for you,
doesn't
and
make
sometimes
sense. Yeah. So just it is what it is. It's a loss, but we can't let it dictate how the rest of our year goes. You know,
Of course not.
we put ourselves in that great spot of being 5-0 now 5-1 for a reason. We did all that work to get to this point.
Oh, yeah, we still have outstanding players, right?
Yeah,
Like you still,
yeah.
like, those are still like that doesn't go away just because
Yeah.
you had a loss, right?
Exactly.
It just
So-
sucks because
Yeah, it sucks.
didn't want it,
but
right?
yeah, and again, some of the positives I think hopefully the players saw is we're where we needed to be. That we didn't blow assignments; they weren't wide open.
no, I didn't see any of that. It just
Yeah.
looked like you just couldn't get
It just wasn't the ball bounced.
That-
Didn't bounce our way.
that
you
piece,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That little-
So the next thing is just finish. We got to play a little harder,
There you go.
play a little tougher, be a little bit more physical, do our job a little bit better. And we're not. I always tell the kids, I'm not asking you to be Superman because you're not. But I'm asking all of you to
Try your hardest.
do your best and
Does it
try
make you
to play-
rethink positions for people? Like who's going to play in what position when it comes up to these games now, these district games? Are you looking at like, okay, maybe this guy would be better playing this position
Yeah,
versus what he
definitely.
was?
You see a lot of stuff that maybe didn't stick out on film early on in some of the wins that when you see it now, you're like, well, I mean, maybe we do need to try a new guy, you know? So I think a lot of what happened Friday night could be solved. Not necessarily with effort, because I don't think we didn't play hard. I think we were just a little timid. And I think that timidness equates to being just that much slower, you know? I mean, I was...
Because you're that much cautious, right?
Yeah. Just so, I mean, we had holes. We had our normal holes. It just, whenever you're timid, that hole's going
You
to close
hesitate,
very
yeah.
quick, you
It
know?
closes, you hesitate too
Or
long.
if you're man-to-man with somebody and you hesitate for just that split second, and now they got you by a foot or two,
Yeah.
and that's all they need against good teams a lot of the times, and they capitalized.
They
Or
did.
Sumner did. So.
And how are you doing physically? I know the last couple of games you've had some issues with your ankle. I know the last game and the game before, right? The game
Yeah.
before you had. So are you doing all right now? Is it better?
I've been going to physical therapy and stuff, so it feels a lot better, and I think I should be good this week.
Right. Does it cause you to like pause or be cautious when you're out there on the field? Because does it make you nervous?
No, not really. Not until I heard it.
Okay. So when it's hurting, it makes you nervous. And do you think it affects your ability to make decisions, or are you able to block that out and just do what
I
you
don't
gotta
know.
do?
I guess it would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, again, just coming with that timidness and that trying to overcome things, you know, mental toughness, I think.
You guys going into this next game with confidence, all right?
Yeah. I mean, we're 5-1 for a reason. I hope the boys
Exactly.
understand that. We're better than 5 teams, obviously. So, I mean, it's just a loss is a loss, and yeah, the way it happened looks terrible, 50-0.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look up any of Logan's stats or anything, but what do you guys thinking their biggest threat is right now?
Probably their pass game.
Their past game?
Yeah, they're a tough team. They
They're
play hard. Yeah,
Okay.
they play hard. So they're just a good team, and we're gonna see tough teams from here on out. So
I will say you guys had a lot less penalties this last game than you did the game before.
Yeah.
So that was a great improvement there. I was like, okay, it's been like you guys went quite a stint without any penalties. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
the discipline is doing real well out there right now.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
there was a lot of positive from it, and
Okay.
it's hard to take positive away from a loss, much less a loss kind of that caliber
Yeah.
of the scoreboard, you know. But
yeah.
but there's always room to grow, always room to learn, and I think the boys kind of watching film realize, hey, we're where we need to be, just a little bit more effort, a little bit, just that little, that little extra,
a little bit
you know,
harder.
and that's what you need, especially against good teams, you know, and like I said, I wouldn't equate it to as much effort as more just kind of timid, you know.
Yeah. But now I don't think they should be after this game, right? Like,
No.
I feel like the timidness will be gone, right?
Yeah, so
Now you get
What's
that out
worse,
of the way.
now we
I'm
got
looking
that.
forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this game.
yeah.
I really am.
I am too. I think we're gonna bounce back. I think we're gonna play hard. I think we're gonna be flying around. And,
Making plays.
yeah. So I hope that loss
Make sure we keep our star players on the field.
Yeah. I hope that loss is a little bit of a motivation, you know.
Yeah.
A little
Oh, I
bit
think
of
it will be.
An eye-opener.
Especially competitive people. Competitive people
Yeah,
take
yeah.
losses well.
Yeah.
They don't like that feeling, right? They want to move on and be like, no, I got to erase that feeling. I need a win to get
And
that.
there was definitely some adversity, like you said, about that we had to overcome, and hopefully it was kind of an eye-opener for all of us, you know.
Outstanding. Well, I look forward to Friday's game.
Yep.
I wish you guys luck. I'll be there. We'll be there. So you guys got anything you want to say to the fans? Nothing?
Just thank you guys still for everything you do for us, and continue to support us, guys. We appreciate it and we need it.
That was the Poling Pregame Report. If you guys have any questions, email klmx.sports@gmail.com and we will get those questions answered and have them out here for you. Again, this was Coach Montoya and Jonavan Hidalgo, quarterback for the Yellowjackets. Thank you guys for joining in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you guys.